All right, guys, here we are, episode 5 of What We Watch in the Shadows podcast. We've kept it, this is 3 months in a row now, so I'm on a pretty good roll, I'd say. This month was a lot more successful, I'd say, in watching movies than in previous months. The previous, last one, I think I only got through like 15, less than 20 movies I know that month. So this month, March, was 25 movies I was able to get through. So, and because of that, I actually usually I try to just pick 3 to maybe 4 max of movies to talk about here. But I actually came up with down to 5 that I wanted to talk about here on the show. So, again, because I think I kind of came across some really good titles, stuff. A lot of them are movies. These are all first time watches for me. And some of them I know could be hit or miss in terms of people's interests, but I just think I try to find movies that maybe are a little bit more obscure or stuff that maybe nobody ever heard of or that are older that, people forgot about, maybe to go back and watch. So let's not waste any time. Again, month of March I thought was a really good month of watching movies for me. Had a wide variety, didn't really stick to anything specific. Watched a lot of horror, Disney, a lot of like old Disney movies I watched, like Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I remember watching that movie as a kid, watched that one. But yeah, so it's funny. I think I got 2 actually Western type movies in here, 2 more on the drama side, and then 1, I guess you'd call it horror theme type movie. So I'll go in order by time frame that I watched them in the month. So the first one I watch here is Blood Simple, which is Joel and Ethan Coen, the Coen brothers' first actually directorial movie. And it's a fun thing, I didn't know this. This is Barry Sonnenfeld's first like major motion picture that he did cinematography for. Barry Sonnenfeld, if you didn't know, did like the Men in Black movies, did Wild Wild West, those sort of things. So, yeah, this is Coen Brothers' first movie. It came out, I believe, in the early 80s. Yeah, 1984. It's a perfect 95-minute movie, so it's not too long. It just goes from the beginning and it starts in the beginning and just takes off. It gives me very much No Country for Old Men vibes. So if you like No Country for Old Men, I think you'd probably like this one, where it just kicks it off into gear at the very start, and you're just like, it just never slows down. But basically, Blood Simple is about this guy that is having an affair with his boss's wife. The wife being actually Frances McDormand, which I believe is actually her first movie. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it is her debut performance. And the bar owner, the boss, knows about this guy, his employee, having an affair with his wife. Basically hires this like detective to say, oh, hey, I want you to like kill my, I don't remember it on top of my head, it's been a minute because this is earlier in the month, but he hires him basically to kill either his wife and this guy or just the guy. But I don't want to give too much away. Again, I never try to spoil movies on this, but it kind of goes into all these twists and turns, and it becomes kind of this cat and mouse type chase theme that kind of, like I said, like in No Country for Old Men with this movie. So if you like No Country, like I said, highly recommend Blood Simple. Probably one of my top like Coen brother movies. I love most of their movies, but it definitely puts it up there in the tier of top 3 to 5 because I just really enjoyed it overall. Next one, I literally had no clue about this movie existing, so bear with me. But directed by Sam Raimi, of all people. I think he wrote it too, maybe? No, just directed it. But Simon Moore, who actually wrote a lot of big movies. But Sharon Stone, Gene Hackman, Russell Crowe, and Leonardo DiCaprio in what's called The Quick and the Dead. Again, never even heard of this movie, a Western movie that Sam Raimi did. I believe this is late 90s, early 2000s this came out. Yeah, 95 actually. So before even Leo did, Titanic and stuff. So basically, in essence, is again a really short, perfect time movie. I think it's only somewhere less than right after an hour and a half long movie, hour 45. But anyways, it's about this town that this guy Gene Hackman is like the sheriff or mayor, whatever you want to call it, and runs the town. Basically, has this like shoot off tournament thing or whatever, and like Russell Crowe is this like guy in jail, basically trying to obtain his freedom in it, but he's a really quick shooter. Doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to kill people ever again, though, because of his crimes. Leo is the son of the Gene Hackman that is like a up and comer, person that wants to do it and get, make his dad proud. And then, and Sharon Stone gets involved in this. So very Western-y, got some comedic aspects to it, but overall really fun. Just Sam Raimi type movie all over a Western when it comes to the cuts and transitions and the overall theme and vibe of it. So if you kind of like almost Evil Dead goofiness, like I'd say Evil Dead 2 goofiness in a Western, it's kind of got that feel to me. So I thought it was an enjoyable watch. So if you've never seen it before, definitely think it's worth trying out at least once for you guys. Speaking of Western movies, a little bit more on the gruesome side. This one I remember seeing previews for, and then never getting around to it. Finally, they released it on physical media, so I jumped on a steelbook of it here. And that's Bone Tomahawk with Kurt Russell, Patrick Wilson, Matthew Fox, and Richard Jenkins. Basically, Patrick Wilson, his wife is a doctor of the town, and then she's helping the sheriff out to take care of this criminal who just got shot in the leg. All of a sudden, there's these nearby Navajo Indian type folks that kidnap both the criminal and Patrick Wilson's wife, and it's Kurt Russell, Richard Jenkins, and Patrick Wilson going on this little trek to save his wife. Very gruesome movie. So if gore is not your thing, definitely not worth it. But it's crazy, chaotic, violent. So I kind of like that gruesome stuff. I think it's funny to watch and fun. So yeah. Again, if you're into Westerns, I think it's overall a good one. If you're not into violent ones, then probably not your cup of tea. But performances-wise, I thought were really fun. Kurt Russell in anything these days is always going to be a blast. So even Matthew Fox's character from Lost, he kind of plays this small but smarky type character versus like the good-hearted guy he was in Lost. So definitely a good fun one there. Next one, Mel Gibson movie here. And again, this is like, I don't know if it's straight to DVD or something, but it's a movie that he did called Bloodfather. Basically, he is this former like criminal trying to set his life straight. His daughter's getting into trouble with a bunch of guys in a gang, and so he's got to kind of protect her in essence and get her away from these guys. But he's just knows his things away around getting, trying to avoid the law and all this stuff. Fun movie, fun Mel Gibson type action movie just in general. Again, the violence level is just pretty out there, crazy wise. But if you like Mel Gibson with some of that, I don't know what you want to call it, sarcastic comedy that he does, like in I am drawing a blank, his classic movies with Danny Glover and stuff. I'm literally drawing a blank right now. I'm so embarrassed. But you guys know what I mean now. Lethal Weapon. There we go. Very Lethal Weapon-esque type movie. Just he's got this smart-ass attitude, and he's just goofy, or it's just like it makes these comments to her, and you can't help but chuckle, even though it's a serious role movie. So definitely worth, I'd say, giving it a watch if you come across it out there. So next one on here, last but not least, I just actually watched this today being March 31st. I'm filming this, so it was my last movie of the month, and that was Nicolas Cage in Willy's Wonderland. Now, this came out, I believe, before Five Nights at Freddy, but is very much, I'm sure, inspired by Five Nights at Freddy, because it's literally to the T, almost premise-wise. Nicolas Cage is just this guy that comes into this town. I don't want to give away too much story-wise, but he ends up having to do this janitorial work at this nearby amusement building park, Chuck E. Cheese theme place or whatever, and then the animatronics come to life and all that, and it's just him going crazy in this place, taking on these animatronics throughout all these different rooms. Nicolas Cage is just goofy. He's just like charismatic, and no spoiler here, but he literally says no word the whole movie. That's the craziest part of this movie. An hour and a half movie, he does not have one line in the whole movie. So it really shows his dynamic of just being able to act without speaking any words, and just his facial expressions and his actions he does in the movie. So again, if you're into just silly fun movies, it made me and my wife chuckle quite a bit just watching it. So I'd say I never saw Five Nights at Freddy. I heard mixed things about it. I hear especially like the overall movie is just there's nothing special. It's mainly just the animatronics that were impressive because it was all, practical. There's no CGI. This I'm not familiar with on the side of if there was a lot of CGI or not. I guess I could have watched the making out to find more out, but nevertheless, it was really just silly, fun comedy horror movie. So if you never saw it, definitely recommend giving it a watch. So, but yeah, guys, that is the month of March. Now April coming up. Got quite some big things happening here. Additions to the household, I'll say, wink. So I don't really know how April will look come in terms of my watching, but we'll see. Nevertheless, I will still make an effort as best as possible to maybe have a review. Who knows how many movies I'll get through in the month of April, but just want to let you guys know that that's not going to probably be a very high watch month, so we'll see. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next podcast or the other review videos here on the channel. And as always, take it easy. See ya.